If you keep complaining, next year gonna make the prices higher. Mike Wayne. Tax them for everything in their pockets. They say we a billionaire company. Why you watching my pockets? Tax them. DC prices higher. If you keep complaining, next year we gonna make the prices higher. Tax them for everything in their pockets. They say we a billionaire company. Why you watching my pockets? When I send this new patch out, I'ma make racks back. They making new bills, no, they don't have a clue, don't have a clue. I changed the builder up, so they drop the screw, chop the screw, rock the boom, Mike, hock the way. You don't know what I was saying, Mike. I learned the language, speaking different language. Mike Wayne, text the bill, I'm texting it now. Text. Mike Wayne, I send this new patch out, I'ma make racks back. They making new bills, no, they don't have a clue. Change the builder up. So
hey, what's going on, people? It's OG back on the screen. We here with a live video teaching you guys some gems in NBA 2K23. Now, a lot of people are struggling with shooting in the game. You see how I'm pulling? A lot of people are struggling with the shooting in the game. Now look how my stamina bar is a little lower, so we know we gotta hold that a little longer. We miss, and you see how it's still early. But I felt like in my mind, when I shoot that, I'm like, you know what? I felt like I held that. But there's one key thing that I tell people that they have to remember. There's a mathematics system. The more your stamina bar goes lower, you have to understand that that's like your meter. Look at that, like your green window. I wish like you could change the color, because then you could just change it green, and then you could kind of like say, oh, hey, that's my green window. But just for like being creative purposes, just look at that like it's your green window. All right. See that early. Now, the lower your stamina bar, the more your shot decreases, your stats go down, okay? And this is what will start to have you miss. Consistent, it's really the timing. It's really the release point. I got early on, so there's certain times that you have to get to releasing early. You see I just knocked that down, no problem. Watch this while blinking. So you see that it's possible to make these shots. It just depends on your movement. A lot of players when you're playing against comp or defense, right? You'll be doing a whole bunch of dribble moves, and players will be running around like this. And let me let my stamina bar charge up. I'll say they'll probably have like this much stamina and then shooting, but not timing it properly. Each time your stamina bar goes lower and lower, your timing changes. It gets a little bit more like you have to time it better. Definitely if you have a lower midi, you're not going to make a lot of midis if you're tired in the midi. If you have a lower one, if you don't time it properly. See that? This is the practice I do right here with the tire shooting in. Here it is. Boom. There it is. Tire shooting right here. This going to get you right. Especially if you're elite. See that? Ooh, there it is. Too much movement. So this is another thing that I want players to start understanding. Certain movements you make your stamina go down more, right? Certain movements you make. You see how I did like that and my stamina is going down? I am not even holding turbo. I'm not holding turbo. Look at this. This is how they try to destroy your shot from, like, if you're already using the turbo and you're going left to right, and then you're trying to go like this and then trying to go like that to shoot. A lot of players do that all the time. They don't get the right movement, boom, they get a late. Shooting's inconsistent, oh my God. They feel like they're releasing it right. Remember, I told you guys I'm using early timing. I'm telling you guys, like 2K has it to where it's like calculated. That's good. Ooh. They made a new system. This is how they want to decrease players who just go left and right and use so much stamina, but people don't need that much. The clamps is not that OP, so players that have high stamina, like 99, 97, they can just keep going left to right with handles for days and doing these moves and having a good speed burst to fly off and fly away from you and then shoot. But naturally, if they had more of a less stamina and it was kind of a little bit more natural and acceleration wasn't that OD, players would struggle with the shooting. They'll feel those same effects. So if a lot of you guys are struggling, one thing I want you guys to pay attention to is that stamina that you got. And sometimes that's not even the point either. That's not even the case either. You have to know the main key rules. I'm going to get on to a last segment of this. with the shooting. Okay? Mid-range, different timing. Definitely if you have a lower mid-range. Three-pointer, different timing. Okay? Not the same. Then even when you get to the half court mark, we're gonna let the stamina bar charge up. When you get to this hash mark right here, different timing. Okay, now the different timings and the effects of how you're gonna feel it when you're shooting is gonna be based off of your stat rating, whatever your stat rating is. The higher, the less likely it's gonna feel like it's a struggle to shoot from that range. Okay, this hash mark, different timing. Ooh, slightly late. Gotta release it a little bit earlier. See, that's the difference. Okay, so it's a little bit earlier. All right, I see it's a little bit earlier. Let's release it a little bit earlier. Ooh, we backed up too much. We got that, but let's hit the 3. Let's hit the hash mark 3 now. Let's hit it. All right, if we was at the hash, different timing. There it is. Ooh. At the hash, different timing. There it is. Bang, bang. Way different timing. Okay? Very different timing. You see how right there, that just little inch off, I missed that because of the timing. The stamina bar is lower. Each movement, you see how my stamina bar goes down. Even when I pull the shot, the stamina bar goes down slightly early. But timing that properly, I still have my form together. So you see it's possible. Just depends on your rating. And it depends on what jump shots you're using. Some people are not using certain jump shots that are good from half court. 2K try to go in depth with their jump shots and change the way how they feel. See that from half court? Bang, bang. Like, I'm a natural in game setting, but I just practice the shots too, practice all my shots. Right there, when you're doing dribble moves, it goes down. So when you see that your stamina bar is real low, you should always tell yourself in your mind, like, okay, let me make sure I'm really timing this on point. You see, I made that while I'm blinking. Let me make sure I'm timing this really, really key on point. Okay, so this is a season 4 helping you guys get your shot right. Now, people always say, yo, your shot. People always say, like, this is what they'll say. How are you going to teach shooting and my shooting percentages be like low or whatever the case is, right? But in game, I'm taking crazy shots. I'm doing certain like combos. Oh, straight like, I'm doing like, oh, just pulling like down the bar low. Ooh, ooh, I'm shooting shots like this. That's the type of shots I'm taking. Tough shots like Dame. All the shooters that you see take tough shots. A player be right in front of me. Ooh, I'll be sizing up like this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, just pull up just like that. Ah, just like that. I'm a little different with it. So understand, a lot of players don't even give me shot attempts to take. So if I'm rusty, I don't even get to get in my groove how I want to. You know what I'm saying? Playing with the Randicios. Y'all hit that like. Subscribe.